Setting, a lavish countryside wedding estate, glowing with floral decorations and a joyful crowd. Mood, hopeful, romantic, filled with anticipation. Scene opens on a sunlit countryside estate. Soft music plays. Gentle breezes stir white drapes hanging from an arch covered in roses. The sound of laughter echoes from guests gathered on the lawn. Everything looks perfect, like a picture out of a dream. Inside the bridal suite, Amara stands in front of a mirror. Her white gown flows like light itself, her hair pinned neatly with tiny pearls. She looks radiant, yet her eyes shimmer with disbelief, as if she can't believe this moment is truly hers. She takes a slow breath and whispers to herself, "This is it, the day I've prayed for." Camera pans to Maya, her younger sister. Maya, dressed in a blush bridesmaid gown, fixes Amara's veil. Her smile is wide, maybe too wide, her movements careful, almost rehearsed. She steps back, pretending to admire her sister, but her eyes flicker with something deeper. Envy. Maya, lightly. "You look like a queen, Amara." "Eli's a lucky man." Amara, smiling. "No, I'm the lucky one." Their mother enters, elegant, graceful, glowing with pride. She walks straight to Amara, kissing her forehead. "Mother, my beautiful girl, you've made us so proud." Her father follows quietly behind, tears softening his smile. "Father, your mother's right. You deserve all the happiness in the world." Maya lingers behind them, unnoticed. Her smile fades for a second before she looks down, pretending to fix her bracelet. Narration, transitors. Voiceover tone, to everyone else. They were the picture of a perfect family, bound by love, laughter, and dreams. But behind perfect smiles, small cracks had already begun to form. As Amara turns toward the window, she spots Eli outside, laughing with his friends, looking up at the bridal suite. Their eyes meet for a second, and he waves. Amara blushes. Amara, softly. "He's everything I ever wanted." Maya follows her gaze, her expression tightening. "Maya, you've always had everything, haven't you?" Amara, turning, confused. "What do you mean?" Maya, quickly smiling again. "Nothing. I just meant you're lucky." She hugs Amara quickly, her grip a little too tight. Amara doesn't notice. Montage of preparation scenes. The bridesmaids laugh. The florist adjusts flowers. The wedding planner gives last-minute directions. The camera lingers on moments. Maya watching Eli outside longer than she should. The mother scolding Maya gently for being too slow. Amara writing a small thank you note for each family member. The tone remains hopeful, but there's a quiet tension that hums beneath every perfect detail. A silence that feels heavy, waiting to be broken. Cut to Amara's private reflection moment. She kneels near her bed, eyes closed in prayer. Amara, whispering, "God, I'm so grateful for love, for family, for this life. Please keep us all together, always." She rises, smiling, peaceful, pure-hearted, unaware that outside this very room, her sister stands by the door, listening. Maya's expression hardens, her eyes glisten, not with tears, but with something sharper. She looks at Amara through the reflection of the mirror one last time, before walking away. Voiceover closing line. Foreshadowing tone. That morning, Amara believed her life was beginning. She didn't know it was the day everything would fall apart. Setting. The morning of the wedding. Mood. Chaotic. Confusing. Heart-stopping. Scene opens. Morning sunlight filters through white curtains. The estate buzzes with excitement, the sound of distant laughter, the soft clinking of dishes, and the smell of fresh flowers fill the air. It's a perfect day for a wedding. Or so it seems. In her room, Amara stands before the mirror again, this time fully dressed as a bride. Her veil glows in the soft light, her eyes sparkling with quiet joy and nerves. Her best friend Lena adjusts the train of her gown. Lena, cheerfully, "You're glowing, Amara. Eli's going to lose his breath when he sees you." Amara, smiling, "I can't believe it's finally happening. After everything, we made it." Her mother bursts in with a bright smile. "Mother, everyone's waiting outside. The ceremony starts in 30 minutes. Eli and his groomsmen just left for the chapel." Amara, relieved, "Good. He's always nervous about being late." They all laugh lightly. The air feels bright until it doesn't. Time passes. Guests begin arriving. The orchestra tunes their instruments. The photographers move around, taking shots of the decorations and the smiling faces. But soon, whispers start. The groomsmen are seen making calls, looking uneasy. The photographer lowers his camera. Cut to bridal suite. Amara notices the silence outside. Amara, "What's happening? Why has everyone gone quiet?" Her mother glances toward the door, frowning. Moments later, Amara's father walks in, his face pale. Father, hesitant. "Amara, don't panic. Eli hasn't arrived yet." Amara, confused laugh. "What do you mean? He left an hour ago." Father, "He's not answering his phone. No one knows where he is." The room stills. The laughter outside fades into an uneasy murmur. Amara's hands begin to shake. Amara, Maybe the car broke down. Or there's traffic. Did anyone call the driver?" Her father nods. Father, "We did. The driver said Eli never got in the car." The color drains from Amara's face. Her mother rushes to calm her. Mother, "Don't assume the worst. He's probably just nervous." But the tension spreads like fire through the guests outside. People whisper in corners. The music stops. Cut to outside. Eli's best man, Jonas, is pacing with his phone pressed to his ear. "Jonas." "He's not picking up. I've checked every place he could have gone." "He's just gone." Someone scrolls through social media. Their expression freezes. A murmur turns into a gasp. Then a whisper, cruel, sharp, unstoppable. "Eli left with Maya." Cut back to Amara's room. Lena enters, trembling, her phone in her hand. Lena, quietly, "Amara, you need to see this." Amara takes the phone. On the screen is a blurry photo. Eli's car, Maya in the passenger seat. The timestamp reads just an hour ago. Amara, whispering, No, that's not real." She scrolls down. More photos. A gas station security image. Eli holding Maya's hand. The internet already calling it the runaway bridegroom. The phone slips from Amara's hand. Her knees buckle. Lena catches her before she hits the ground. Amara, crying. "She wouldn't." "She's my sister. She wouldn't do this to me." Her mother stands frozen, one hand covering her mouth. Her father kneels beside Amara, holding her close. Father, softly, "I'm so sorry, my girl. I'm so sorry." Outside, guests begin leaving quietly, pretending not to look. Cameras flash from afar, capturing the fall of a fairy tale that was supposed to be perfect. The once beautiful venue now feels hollow. The flowers droop in the heat, the laughter has died, and the air feels heavy with shame. Hours later, the sun begins to set. The chairs are empty, the music long stopped. Inside the bridal suite, Amara sits alone in her gown, her makeup smudged, veil torn slightly from where she clutched it too tight. She stares blankly at the window, whispering to herself, "Everyone I loved left through that door." Together. Her father sits beside her quietly, unable to find the right words. Her mother finally speaks, her voice shaking. Mother, maybe this is how it was meant to be. Maybe fate. Amara cuts her off sharply. Amara, don't say that. Don't call this fate. Tears streamed down her face, her voice breaking into a whisper. She took everything from me. My sister took my life. Final shot. The camera slowly pulls back through the open door, showing the empty hall, the scattered flowers, and the lonely figure of a bride sitting in silence. Voiceover closing line. In a single day, Amara lost her love, her sister, and her name. And somewhere beyond the city lights, the two people she trusted most drove away, leaving her heart behind in pieces. Setting. Weeks later, Amara's once vibrant home now cold and empty. Mood. Somber. Lonely. Introspective. Scene opens. A dimly lit bedroom. The room is silent except for the soft ticking of a clock. The walls that once echoed laughter now feel heavy with sadness. Wedding photos, still in their frames, lie face down on the dresser. The white wedding gown hangs by the window, untouched, a haunting reminder of what was lost. Amara sits on the edge of her bed, wearing an oversized sweater, her hair unkempt, eyes hollow from sleepless nights. The light from her phone glows faintly as she scrolls through endless news articles. Each headline, a knife to the heart. Runaway groom. Brides. Sister elopes on wedding day. Family betrayal stuns guests at lavish ceremony. She tosses the phone away and buries her face in her hands. Cut to montage. Passing days. Amara ignores messages from friends. Missed calls pile up. Food sits untouched on the kitchen table. Outside her window, life continues. Children play, neighbors chat. The world moves on. But she doesn't. Her mother knocks softly one morning. Mother, gently. Amara, it's been weeks. You need to eat something. Amara, quietly. I'm not hungry. Mother, sweetheart, you can't hide forever. Amara doesn't respond. She just stares at the wedding bouquet drying on the table, petals crumbling to dust. Later that evening, the TV plays in the background. A gossip show flashes photos of Maya and Eli, smiling, holding hands, standing before a courthouse. Sources confirm that Eli and Maya have officially registered their marriage. The couple appears to be in love, enjoying their new life together. Amara's chest tightens. She turns off the TV with shaking hands. She walks to her desk, opens a journal, and begins to write, I used to believe love was pure, that family meant forever. But maybe forever is just a word people say when they don't mean goodbye. A tear falls onto the page. Scene shifts. Kitchen. Amara's father sits at the table coughing heavily. His face looks tired, his hands trembling slightly as he holds a cup of tea. Father, softly. It's not your fault, my child. Don't carry what others broke. Amara looks at him, guilt filling her eyes. Amara. I should have seen it. I should have known what she was capable of. Father. You saw the best in her. That's not a weakness. He reaches for her hand. Father, please, promise me, you'll live again. She nods faintly, though her eyes say she doesn't believe she can. Weeks pass. Amara begins journaling daily, her only way of holding herself together. The pages fill with pain, confusion, and memories she can't erase. The camera lingers on small moments, her deleting her wedding photos, locking away her wedding ring in a drawer, sitting on the balcony at night, staring at the stars with tears streaming down her face. Voice over tone. Grief doesn't come all at once. It creeps in through silence, through the memories you wish would fade and the ones you wish would stay. One morning, her mother bursts into her room, holding a newspaper. Mother, angrily. Enough of this mourning, Amara. Maya and Eli are happy. Let them be. You must forgive and move on. Amara looks at her mother with disbelief, her voice breaking. Amara, how can you say that? She destroyed me. Mother, because holding hate will destroy you too. Her mother walks away, leaving Amara shaking with quiet rage. The distance between them widens, just like the distance between her and everything she once loved. Turning point, later that night. Amara stands by her packed suitcase. The house feels suffocating, every corner filled with ghosts of what used to be. She glances around one last time. Her father's empty chair, her mother's rosary hanging by the door, the silent walls that once held laughter. She whispers softly, almost to herself, "If I stay here, I'll never heal." She takes a deep breath, wipes her tears, and picks up her bag. Final shot. As she steps out the front door, the early morning light hits her face. Gentle but new. For the first time in weeks, Amara doesn't look back. Voiceover closing line. Sometimes healing doesn't begin with forgiveness. It begins with walking away. Setting. 6 months later. Maya and Eli's new home. A beautiful house that feels hollow. Mood. Uneasy perfection. Guilt-ridden silence. And emotional decay. Scene opens. Morning sunlight filters through wide windows. Maya moves through the house in a silk robe, her reflection gliding past polished surfaces. Everything looks perfect. The marble floors, the fresh flowers, the soft music playing in the background. But her face tells another story. Sleepless eyes, trembling hands, and the faint shadow of regret she can't wash off. Eli sits at the dining table, typing on his laptop. The silence between them feels heavier than words. Eli, distant. You're quiet again. Maya, forcing a smile. Just tired. He nods absently, not looking at her. The distance is growing, invisible, but sharp as glass. Cut to montage. Their new life. Dinner parties with forced laughter. Maya smiling for photos that make their life look perfect online. Eli's eyes lingering on his phone, a message he hides each time she enters the room. Maya lying awake at night, staring at the ceiling, haunted by Amara's face. The guilt grows in silence. Scene. Bathroom mirror. Maya stares at herself, wiping away her makeup. Her reflection feels foreign. Maya, whispering, "You got what you wanted. Why does it feel like loss?" A memory flashes. Amara in her wedding dress, laughing during a fitting. "You're going to make the most beautiful bride," Maya had said. Now, that same sentence plays in her head like a curse. Scene. Kitchen. Next morning. Eli rushes to leave for work. Maya stops him with a touch on his arm. Maya, you've been distant lately. Is something wrong? Eli shrugs. Work's been stressful. Don't start this again. Her voice cracks, more desperate than she wants it to sound. Maya, do you ever think about her? He freezes, Eli coldly. Don't bring her up. You wanted this life. Now live it. He leaves. The door slams. Maya stands motionless, her hand still hanging midair. Scene. That night. Rain pours outside. Maya sits alone with a glass of wine, the room dimly lit. She scrolls through social media and stops. Amara's name appears. A photo of Amara standing on a sunny beach, smiling faintly. The caption reads, "Healing is not forgetting. It's remembering without pain." Maya's breath catches. She zooms in, seeing the peace in her sister's eyes. It burns Maya, whispering, "She's happy?" Her hands shake as she sets the phone down. Suddenly, She hears Eli's phone buzzing on the table. A text lights up the screen. Unknown number. I can't keep this secret forever. Her stomach drops. She opens the message thread. More texts appear. You promised me this would never come out. What about Amara? She deserves to know the truth. Maya's heart races. She scrolls up, sees the name. Dr. Leona Tay. Her mind flashes to the day of the wedding. Leona was the family doctor who signed off Eli's urgent family emergency. Maya, shaking, whispering, "What truth?" Her world begins to tilt. Scene, next morning, tense breakfast. Maya tries to stay calm as Eli walks in. Maya, I saw your messages. Eli, coldly. You went through my phone? Maya, don't twist this. What are you hiding? Eli stares at her. Something dark flickers behind his eyes. Louder, you wanted me. You got me. Stop digging for ghosts. He walks out again, leaving her breathless with fear. Later that week, confrontation. Maya meets Dr. Leona Tay outside her clinic. Rain threatens to fall again. Maya, I need to know what you meant. What secret? Dr. Leona, hesitant. You should ask your husband, not me. Maya, pleading. Please, I deserve to know. Leona looks at her with pity. Dr. Leona. Eli never had a family emergency that day. He was with me, getting results he didn't want your sister to see. Maya, stunned. What results? Dr. Leona. A paternity test. Maya's world freezes. Dr. Leona. Amara was pregnant, and the child was his. Maya staggers back as thunder rumbles in the distance. Her face drains of color, her breath shallow. Maya, whispering, No, she never said anything. Dr. Leona, she didn't have the chance. Final montage. The illusion shatters. Maya returns home in a daze. Every photo on the wall now feels like mockery. She sinks to the floor, sobbing, the guilt finally devouring her. Eli walks in, expression unreadable. For a long moment, they just stare at each other. No words, only truth between them, heavy and poisonous. Voice-over tone. You can steal love. You can even steal a moment. But you can't steal peace. Not when the heart you betrayed keeps beating with your sins. Final shot. Maya sits alone in the dark, staring at the ring on her finger. Her perfect life now feels like a tomb. Setting, 1 year later, a quiet coastal town where Amara now lives peacefully. Mood, calm on the surface, but tense underneath. The calm before a storm. Scene opens. Amara's seaside home. Morning sunlight glows through open curtains. Amara waters her plants, her movements peaceful, her eyes gentler than before. She has changed, softer, wiser, scarred but alive. A framed photo of her late father sits on the table beside her journal. Voiceover, Amara. Time doesn't heal everything. It just teaches you how to live with the ache. She checks her phone. An unread email catches her eye. The sender, Dr. Leona Tay. The subject line, You deserve the truth. Amara opens it hesitantly. Her hands tremble as she reads. I stayed silent too long. The day of your wedding, Eli wasn't called away for an emergency. He was here, taking a paternity test. You were pregnant, and he knew. Amara's eyes widen. A flash of pain crosses her face, followed by something sharper. Resolve. She closes the laptop slowly, her reflection visible in the screen. Calm, but burning inside. Amara, softly. He knew, and he still left. The wind howls outside as if echoing her fury. Scene, city street, a year later. A car door opens. Amara steps out, confident, composed, wearing neutral tones. She walks through the bustling streets with quiet determination. Every step feels heavy with memory. Every corner reminds her of what she lost and what she's ready to face. She stops in front of Eli and Maya's house, the same home that once symbolized betrayal. Inside, the perfect house that's no longer perfect, Maya sits at the dining table, pale and withdrawn, her hands wrapped around a cold cup of coffee. Eli enters from the hallway, adjusting his tie. Eli, "You're not eating again." Maya, flatly, "It's hard to swallow guilt." He sighs, avoiding her gaze. Their marriage is quiet poison now. The doorbell rings. Maya glances at Eli, confused. He opens the door and freezes. Amara stands there. Time stops. Maya's cup slips from her hand, shattering on the floor. Eli, barely whispering, "Amara." Amara, calmly, "You look surprised. Did you think ghosts don't knock?" Her tone is steady, not cruel, not trembling, just controlled power. Scene. Inside the living room. The three of them sit in tense silence. The air feels heavy, almost suffocating. Amara, "I didn't come for revenge. I came for the truth." Eli, "You don't understand." Amara, cutting in, "Then make me understand. Why did you walk away from me? And our child?" Maya's eyes widen. She looks at Eli in disbelief. Maya, "Child? What is she talking about?" Eli's face pales. Amara, coldly, "You didn't tell her?" The silence that follows is devastating. Maya stands slowly, tears filling her eyes. Maya, shaking, "You said she was unstable, that she cheated on you, that she—" She stops, realization dawning. Amara, "You believed what you needed to believe, because it made your betrayal easier." Maya covers her mouth, backing away. Eli tries to speak, his voice breaking. Eli, "I panicked. I wasn't ready to be a father." Amara, "So you left me at the altar? For her?" The words echo through the house. Amara, quietly, "I lost the baby a week later." Maya lets out a broken sob. Eli's shoulders collapse. Amara closes her eyes briefly, steadying herself. Amara, "I came today not to punish you, but to free myself. I carried this grief alone. No more." She looks at Maya, the sister who once shared her laughter, her secrets, her childhood. Amara, softly, "You destroyed me, Maya, but I forgive you. Not for you, for me." Maya sinks to her knees, crying uncontrollably. Maya, "I thought he loved me. I thought you'd move on. I didn't know what it would cost." Amara, "You never do until it's too late." Scene. Front porch. Amara stands at the doorway, the morning sun spilling over her face. Maya follows her out, trembling. Maya, "Amara, please." "I'll never forgive myself." Amara turns, calm. "Then start by forgiving me. Stop pretending this house is happiness. It's a grave." She turns and walks down the steps. Eli watches from the doorway, tears on his face, but too broken to speak. Voiceover. Amara, "Some truths don't destroy you. They set you free. Because sometimes the only closure you get is the peace of knowing you survived what was meant to kill you." Final montage. Maya sits on the floor of the empty living room, clutching her wedding ring. Eli packs a small bag and leaves without looking back. Amara walks along the beach again. This time, she smiles faintly as waves touch her feet. Her father's words echo faintly in her memory. "Don't carry what others broke." She whispers softly, eyes closed, "I'm not carrying it anymore." Final shot. Amara walking into the horizon. The wind catches her hair, the light around her warm and forgiving. She is no longer broken. She is reborn. Setting. Weeks after Amara's visit, the once beautiful house feels lifeless, like a tomb filled with memories and ghosts. Mood, haunting, heavy, emotional. A slow collapse leading toward self-realization. Scene opens. Maya's living room. Dust gathers on picture frames. The curtains are half closed, letting in streaks of dull light. Maya sits on the couch, still in her nightgown, staring blankly at the floor. The clock ticks loudly, the only sound in the silence. Her phone buzzes again. Messages from gossip sites, reporters, and family. She doesn't look. Voiceover, Maya. There are moments when silence feels like punishment, when even your own heartbeat sounds like judgment. She picks up a wine bottle from the table and pours herself another glass. The floor is littered with empty ones. Her eyes fall on a framed wedding photo. She and Eli, smiling, perfect. She grabs it, stares at it, then throws it against the wall. The glass shatters. Maya, whispering. Perfect lies. Flashback montage, brief, distorted. Eli laughing with her in the car, hand in hand. Amara trying on her wedding veil. Her mother saying, "Take care of your sister, Maya." The sound of Amara's laughter fades into echoes. Back to the present. Maya clutches her head, sobbing. Scene. Kitchen. Later that day. The doorbell rings. Maya ignores it at first, but the ringing continues. Sharp, persistent. She opens the door to find Eli's briefcase on the porch. A note is taped on top. She picks it up with trembling hands. "I'm leaving. The police are looking for me. Don't contact me again. Burn everything." Her blood runs cold. She opens the briefcase. It's filled with papers, fake IDs, stacks of cash, and documents signed under other names. A single photo slides out, a copy of Amara's ultrasound, marked "Property of Dr. Leona Tay." Maya gasps, clutching her mouth, Maya to herself. He knew. He knew everything. She falls to her knees, shaking. Tears blur her vision as she whispers, "What have I done?" Scene, Amara's seaside home. Cut to Amara lighting a candle by the window. She looks peaceful, a contrast to Maya's chaos. She writes in her journal, "Forgiveness isn't forgetting. It's remembering without the weight." Her phone buzzes. A message from an unknown number. Maya, "I'm sorry. Please, I need help." Amara reads the message for a long time. Her eyes soften, but her fingers hesitate over the reply button. Then she types, "Come tomorrow. Morning." Scene. The next morning. Maya stands outside Amara's small cottage by the sea, clutching the same briefcase. Her eyes are swollen from crying, her hair messy, her face pale. She knocks softly. Amara opens the door. Calm, poised, wearing a simple cardigan. Their eyes meet for the first time in months. The silence between them is thick, but not cruel. Just heavy. Amara, "Come in." Maya, "I don't deserve to." Amara, "You didn't deserve what he did either. Come in." Maya steps inside, setting the briefcase on the table. Scene, the conversation. Maya sits across from Amara, wringing her hands. Her voice shakes as she speaks. Maya, "He's gone. The police are after him. He left everything behind, including this." Gestures to briefcase. Amara, "You found out who he really was." Maya, nodding. "And who I really became." She starts crying quietly. Maya, "I thought taking him meant I'd finally matter. That people would look at me the way they looked at you. But all I got was emptiness, and lies, and shame." Amara listens silently. her eyes soft but unreadable. Maya, I don't expect forgiveness. I just want you to know I see it now. Every look you gave me, every kindness I threw away. You didn't deserve what I did. Her words fall like stones in still water. Amara, after a pause. Eli fooled us both. But you hurt me in a way he couldn't. You took what was mine, not because you loved him, but because you hated yourself. Maya breaks completely, covering her face with her hands. Maya, I did. I hated myself. Every time someone called you the perfect one, I died a little more inside. I thought stealing your happiness would make me whole. It only showed me how broken I was. Amara closes her eyes, pain flickering across her face. But when she opens them again, her voice is calm. Amara, maybe now you can start fixing what's left. Maya looks up, desperate. Maya, how? How do I fix something like this? Amara, you tell the truth to the police, to everyone. You face it, not for me, for yourself. Maya nods weakly. Maya, will you stand with me? Amara, after a long pause. Not beside you, but I won't stand against you either. Maya lowers her head, tears streaming. Scene, evening. The two sisters walk together down the beach, not talking, not holding hands, just walking side by side as waves brush their feet. The sun sets, casting golden light over the water. Voiceover. Amara. Reckoning doesn't always mean punishment. Sometimes it's the moment you finally see yourself clearly, stripped of pride, fear, and lies. They stop by the edge. Maya takes a deep breath, opens the briefcase and throws the papers into the sea. The waves pull them away, symbols of everything that once chained her. Maya, whispering, I'm sorry. Amara, softly. I know. The tide rises gently, washing over their footprints, erasing them. Final scene, 1 week later. News headlines flash. Businessman Eli Roberts arrested in connection with financial fraud. Whistleblower identified as Maya Daramola. Cut to Maya sitting in a small therapy office, eyes tired but calm. She's speaking honestly, no mask, no makeup, just truth. Meanwhile, Amara looks out her window at the sea, holding her father's photo. Amara, softly. You were right, Dad. Forgiveness isn't weakness, it's freedom. The wind blows through the curtains. The house feels lighter, finally at peace. Fade out. Soft music plays. A single line appears on the screen. The hardest battles are not between people, but within hearts that learn to forgive. Setting. 1 year later, a calm seaside town where the air smells of salt and renewal. Mood, hopeful, reflective, and bittersweet, like sunrise after a long, stormy night. Scene opens, dawn over the ocean. Soft orange light spills over the horizon. The waves move gently, like the world has finally exhaled after holding its breath too long. Amara walks along the beach, barefoot, her hair dancing in the wind. She's different now. Not the broken bride, not the grieving sister, but a woman who survived, healed, and found peace. She carries a journal tucked under her arm, the same one she began during her darkest days. Her voice comes softly over the sound of waves. Voiceover. Amara. Forgiveness isn't about forgetting the pain. It's about remembering, without letting it poison you. Scene inside a small community center. A cozy, sunlit room filled with women sitting in a circle, some with tired faces, others with fresh tears. A banner on the wall reads, Healing Hearts Workshop, led by Amara Daramola. Amara stands in front of them, gentle but confident. Amara, we've all been hurt by people who promised to love us. But healing isn't about them, it's about us. The moment you stop carrying their actions as your identity, you start living again. The women listen closely, their eyes softening. A few nod through tears. She closes her journal and smiles. Amara, you are not what they did to you. You are what you choose to become after. The room fills with quiet applause. Scene. Later that afternoon, Amara steps out of the center. The street outside is lined with palm trees swaying gently in the breeze. A familiar voice calls out softly behind her, Maya. You still sound like a preacher. Amara turns. Maya stands there, looking healthier, humbler, and softer. Her hair is shorter now, her eyes clear. She holds a bouquet of white lilies, Amara's favorite flowers. There's a pause. A year ago, their silence meant anger. Now, it simply means understanding. Amara, smiling faintly. You found me. Maya. I wasn't sure I should, but I needed to say goodbye. Properly this time. Scene. The sisters walk together along the beach. The sky glows in shades of gold and pink. They walk slowly, side by side, carrying a paper lantern each. Maya. I've been working at a shelter, helping women who went through what I did. Sometimes I see myself in them. The desperate, foolish girl who thought love could fix her emptiness. Amara nods, her eyes soft. Amara. You're doing good, Maya. That's what matters now. They stop by the water's edge. Maya. Do you ever think of him? Amara, after a pause. Sometimes, but not with hate anymore, just as a chapter that ended. Maya. I wish I could erase it all. Amara. No, don't erase it. Learn from it. Every scar is proof that you healed. Maya's eyes well up. She looks out over the endless sea. Maya. I still don't know how to thank you for forgiving me. Amara, smiling softly. You don't have to. Just live better than before. That's thanks enough. Scene. The lanterns. The sky is now a deep indigo, dotted with the first stars. The sisters kneel in the sand, lighting their paper lanterns. One golden, one white. Amara writes on hers with a marker. To Dad, I'm finally at peace. Maya writes on hers, to Amara. I'm sorry, and I'll keep trying. They light them together. The paper glows softly, trembling in the ocean breeze. Amara, quietly. Ready? Maya. Ready. They release the lanterns into the sky. The two lights rise slowly, drifting higher and higher. Small, fragile symbols of forgiveness floating toward the heavens. The sisters watch in silence, tears glimmering in their eyes, reflections of the lanterns flickering on the water's surface. Voiceover, Amara. Some wounds never disappear, but when you forgive, they stop bleeding. And when you let go, you make space for light to come in. Scene. Final montage. Amara sits by the shore, closing her journal with a soft smile. Maya volunteers at the community center, gently comforting a crying woman. A newspaper headline flashes briefly. Local Sisters Lead Community Healing Program. The seaside town glows under twilight. Peaceful, whole, alive. Final scene, Amara and Maya on the pier. The sisters sit side by side, legs dangling above the water. They don't speak. They don't need to. The bond that broke has mended, not perfectly, but honestly. Maya, softly. You think Dad would be proud? Amara, smiling. I think he already is. A wave splashes lightly against the pier, catching the moonlight. A final shimmer of hope. Voiceover, Amara. Forgiveness doesn't rewrite the past. It just changes the ending. Fade to black. Soft piano music plays as the screen fades out, and one last line appears. Sometimes redemption isn't found in being loved, but in learning to love yourself again.